In this example, we're going to be using graph theory. To determine A, we're going to find a Hamilton path that begins at A and ends in B. Okay? So, we're going to be tracing the graph and see where we at. A path, okay, a Hamilton path means that you can only go through each vertex once. Now, you have to also take into account the actual rule for a path that you can only go through an edge once. Okay? So you cannot go back. It cannot say A, B, D, and back to A. Cannot do that with a Hamilton path. Let me make sure this is all we're going working. Okay? So I'm going to look for a path. I'm going to trace it with this marker. So we have found that. I'm going to use, let's write it first here. I'm going to go from A to D to E to F to C, G, and B. My directions were to start at A and end in B. And yes, now let's see how it looks in the graph. So I'm going to go from A to D, from D to E, E to F, F to C, C to G, and G to B. Okay? Right? I have only go through each vertex only once. Okay? Now a circuit, I must end where I started, and the same rule applies. You can only go through each vertex once. So I'm going to have A to B to G to C, F, E, D, A. Okay? Now, it tells me find a Hamilton circuit that begins as A through B. So this is the directions. A. Okay? And you have to notice, let's make that note. I have a circuit, I started here and I end in the same place. Okay? So let's use the blue one and label that. A to B, and then I go to G, then I go to C, go to F, E, D, and I'm back at A. Okay, so I started and then the end for a circuit. And this is for Hamilton, can only go through each vertex once. Okay, so these are your two answers right here for this example.